Hi, everybody. Um, I'm back. It's Coach Ivy Ravine. But I'm not here to talk about anything in particular. I'm here to vent. I'm here to be coached, hopefully by you guys. I went through something the other day, and I'm hoping maybe some people can maybe see themselves in this situation and be able to give also your own insight on what you think that I was going through at the time. And it really did something to me. So I'm here for some self-reflection. Like I said, we're going to help each other through this whole entire journey, and now I'm having a little one of my own. I had a moment, a trigger, I would say. Now, let me tell you what happened. So, my fiance came in the other day and said, "Hey, I have short of a hour or so to get ready, but I'm inviting some friends over to work on a project that he had going on for work." And it unraveled me. It unraveled me. I needed answers. First of all, I said, why? Why didn't you tell me that you had friends coming over, and days before this? I needed to had known that information. And it leveled him. He was like, "What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" When you have your friends coming over here and you doing your women's group, you have your family members or female friends and all of that running all up and through this house. I say nothing. I get out the way. I get dodged, or I even help. I'm a great host. I'll get you guys something to eat, or I run errands for you. I never ever question what you doing. Do I not have a stake in this relationship? Do I not pay bills? Do I not have part ownership to our sacrifices in this relationship? And he was totally right. And I still just could not give up the argument as to why he would feel the need to plan something so soon, right? And I felt just this overwhelming just need to be able to control that situation. I felt it was mine to control. And I mean, it was something that it really did something to me, because I mean, it bothered him to the point of almost, he was hurt. I could see the hurt in his face. And I mean, he was all of short of calling his friends back and saying, "Don't come." But then I just knew, I felt guilty because I just knew that would be more of an argument, right? It would have been something that he would have been willing to sacrifice for me, for my own comfortability. But then would I have really seen my problem? And I had a problem. It wasn't his. It was mine. It made me self-reflect at the moment. Of course I backed up. I mean, because he was absolutely right. I mean, as codependents, we have to learn how to let somebody give us a real constructive criticism on our moment, on that trigger that we may not tend to even see. And I guess my trigger is um I just really, you really have a problem with meeting new people. I do, and I think it's all comes from that 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 fear of being judged, which we are big on as well. So we really do keep our circle small, and it just people that we know and trust. But we also feel the need to control that small group, that small need of control, right? What they're doing, where they're going, who they're communicating with, all those things. And although I've done my own work, I still have my moments as to that I have to work on when it comes to people that I love, or my love source, who happens to be my fiance. But where are you going and who are you in? And these things have to be truly recognized when they are happening. I think overall the process of healing from that situation is almost self-actualizing yourself. And just with me, I have to sometimes just metaphorically hit myself on the hand and be like, let that go, let it go. What That's not yours to control. It's not yours to say anything about. It's not yours to do anything with. It is none of your business, and it is hard at times. I said in my last video, like, I don't think we're really fully healed. I feel like the ones who are just doing better with this affliction are the ones who are able to see those triggers when they are in the moments, and then are able to change them. And I mean, we had to have a great conversation afterwards. Of course, his friends end up coming and leaving, and that was good because it made him feel great, but it also put him in a space, right? To be able to communicate with me. And I think it's so awesome when codependents and ultimately end up in a relationship with a really mentally balanced person. Because they're able to help them do that work. They're patient enough to help them get through those moments, those triggers. And we had a great conversation. He also brought up some things that was really also just really very important for me to recognize. He said he noticed that I would have certain triggers, right? That I might not even get no at times, almost like a tick, right? Because of our need to control, like if he go to the store and it takes him, 20 more minutes than I actually anticipated, and he walks in the door, I have questions. Now, they may not even be questions where I don't trust him, but it was more questions like, well, I mean, you did say you was going over to Kroger's, which is about 5 minutes away, to get, a bag of bread. And I'm guessing this time of night, it's listen to the process. This is how control works. You're getting a bag of bread. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm almost positive the lines are not long. Um, and if you went to the self checkout, that would have probably took you overall another 5 minutes. You know where the bread aisle is, and you would have that. So we're talking about 15 minutes overall. So it took you 30. What happened? What happened? Is everything okay? You know, I feel the need to, even when the scenario is long over, to had really questioned whether he actually did exactly what he was supposed to do. Still feeling the need to have control a scenario that is completely out of my control. And he would look at me and say, "Are you kidding me?" You know, I went to Kroger's, but I also went to another store. And, because he's a mentally balanced person and he's patient, he's like, the receipt is on the table. But I'm going to need you to check that. I'm going to need you to work on that, and um, I have and I've done, but I still have my moments. So I'm here to vent, and I'm also here to express that even as a coach, I don't ever want anyone to feel that I'm coming here in a place of perfection. Not perfect, right? But rather moments like this when the house is still and the quiet is down, and I'm having a moment of reflection. It is important not to, you know, during that reflection, to see the wrong that others are doing, but rather, what did you do? What did you do? And how did you handle that? And how can you handle that? And how can you change that? And this is my time to do that. But I don't want to do that by myself. I wanted to invite others in with me, and you know what? If you know what your triggers are, and you knew what you needed to do to handle that trigger and to get through that trigger, um put it in the comments below. I just really just in awe about the journey that I've come through. The Ivy in the past, let me tell you, when you've come a long way. The Ivy in the past would have called him on that 15-minute mark when he should have walked in that door. Okay? The 15-minute mark. What store are you in right now? And why have you not got back here? You only went to the store to get a bag of bread. Well, where does that come from? You tell me. I mean, I think we're going to cover this in another video because we're going to get really into the behaviors and the pattern behaviors of a codependent. And then on the next video, we're going to also get into one of my favorite topics, which is the other archetype of codependency, which is the, I'm not, like I said, it's a bit of a secret. I'll say the name in the next video, but the other archetype of the codependency. But share with me. I think we need a lot of these moments. Every week or so, we're going to have the room event, a room of clarity, room of reflection. We'll call it something, but take your time with me as we get through the talks about triggers, flare-ups, and the many things that put us in a position where we are just just over crazy over our love targets and our fuel and our LRC, which is our love, respect, and care. We're going to get through this one video at a time, and I thank you for hearing my story. And in the next also few weeks to come, we will talk about my codependent story. Where did it derive from? When did I know I was codependent? And how was I able to get through that process as well? I thank you guys for spending another day with me here in this video, and I look forward to our moments of sharing. Thank you, and I talk to you again soon.